So, today we honor the curious minds that challenge the status quo, break barriers, and explore the unknown to unlock new opportunities. To ignite real change, let's embrace the spark of this moment. Hello, everyone. I am Abhay Ahuja, and I extend a warm welcome to all our incredible innovators to the elimination rounds of T.U.P Season X. Get ready to unleash your spark factor in this intense battle of brilliance because securing a win here is the ticket to the semi-finals of one of the most prestigious B school competitions in the country, the Ultimate Pitch Season X. So let's get started. At Reliance, we thrive on fresh ideas and innovation. It's deeply embedded in our core, shaping every aspect of our businesses and social initiatives. The Ultimate Pitch was conceived with this spirit, serving as a platform for curious, pioneering minds eager to showcase their next big spark. Now, in our 10th season, TUP has evolved into an unparalleled journey. Continuing the decade long legacy, we flagged off the competition physically in the top 20 B schools across the country. At each of these institutes, we were met with the enthralling audiences. The insightful sessions led by our visionary leaders truly sparked curiosity and creativity. But that was just the beginning. We've expanded our reach, connecting with thousands of students through digital platforms and virtual events, sparking this competition into a pan India celebration of bold ideas and innovation. Now, it's with great excitement that I invite you to experience the magic of our campus launches and the highlights of our pan India virtual launch with this video. What an incredible response TUP Season X has received this year. Over 22,800 registrations, more than 1,900 idea submissions, with 1 crore plus website impressions and 155,000 plus social media reach. The launch of TUP Season X was a huge success. And now we move on to the elimination rounds. A huge thank you to everyone for making this such a remarkable launch. TUP Season X kicked off with a bang. Innovators from across the country registered to showcase their spark factor and compete for the ultimate glory. Each idea was bold, visionary, and aimed at tackling real world challenges. Our evaluators worked tirelessly to ensure no submission went unnoticed, carefully selecting those that had the X factor and that extra spark over the others. Those exceptional teams with remarkable ideas have qualified for the elimination round of this ultimate competition. A big congratulations to all the teams advancing to the elimination rounds of TUP Season X. Kudos to each one of you for bringing your spark factor in this competition. And now, let's do a quick rundown of what's expected to happen next. I shall be calling out the team names. We will play their 3-minute videos on screen. Then the teams will get 3 minutes to pitch their idea to the jury. This will be followed by a quick 4-minute Q&A. We request the teams to keep an eye on the timer. Also, post each team's presentation, we will have the jury take a minute to score the teams individually before we move on to the next team. And you will be judged on 5 parameters. So those are, first of all, your idea should be futuristic, should solve a real world problem, should challenge conventional wisdom, it should be practical and scalable, and it should have a strong business case. So what's in for the winners? For the ultimate champions of this season, the national winners will take home a grand cash prize. And that's not all. We are thrilled to announce more rewards. Elimination round winners and runners-up will receive INR 50,000 and INR 25,000 respectively, along with exclusive TUP merchandise. National finalists will be mentored by CXOs of startups at Reliance, helping you ignite your spark factor even further. Additionally, all national finalists and select semi-finalists will stand a chance to win pre placement interview opportunities. So, what's new this season? National finalists and select semi finalists will have the ultimate opportunity to engage in self reflection and enhance their skills with Level Up. So, get ready, bring your A game, and give it everything you have got. But hold on, what's a competition without a stellar jury, right? So, we are thrilled to announce to have some of the brightest minds from Reliance with us today. They will be closely assessing your presentations, evaluating your ideas, and will provide their inputs at the end of your presentations. I'm so thrilled to introduce our esteemed jury for this elimination round. First of all, we have Mr. Sameer Ratanjankar, Senior Vice President, Geo Mart at Reliance Retail. The second jury we have is Mr. Jatin Makar, EA2 President, Petrochemical Operations. And with that, let's get started. I'd like to call upon our very first team, which is led by Karlapati Supraja from Narsimoji Institute of Management Studies, Mumbai.
Imagine this, you are a psychologist meeting a new patient. You want to help, but the patient holds back, especially in those first few sessions. They are unsure, hesitant, or just not ready to open up yet. That gap leaves you guessing, slowing down the process of understanding what they really need. After speaking with several psychologists, we found that this is a common struggle. How do you provide the right help when you can't even fully understand the person sitting across from you? It's like trying to solve a puzzle without having all the pieces right from the start.
In 2019, global spending on mental health and well-being apps was around $203 million. And by 2022, it has surged to $491 million. It has just doubled in 3 years. According to Economic Times, with 60 to 70 million people in India are suffering from common mental health disorders. The demand for accessible and tech-driven mental health solutions is undeniable.
And that's where we come in. Our vision is to transform mental health assessments by making them fun, engaging, and insightful. Introducing our app, Emotica, an innovative platform for preliminary psychological assessments through interactive games. Imagine 5 unique games. In Shortcut, players balance risky shortcuts and safer paths, testing their problem solving and decision making skills. In Fruity Fusion, story time, players reveal their decision styles, risk tolerance, and emotional judgment, while Tower Builder and Car Racing assesses their patience and impulse control, reflexes, and ability to make split second choices. Our value proposition for psychologists and mental health professionals is to provide deeper psychological insights that accelerate the assessment processes, reducing the time needed to build patient rapport. For patients, Emotica makes mental health assessments less intimidating and more engaging.
Coming to customer segments, our primary customers are mental health professionals, hospitals, and clinics, while the secondary segment include educational institutions, corporate wellness programs, and government NGOs. Our revenue streams include a subscription model where mental health professionals, clinics, and hospitals pay based on the user count, game access, and advanced analytics that are being used. And we also have enterprise licensing. This is for large healthcare systems seeking customized integration. The channels for distribution involve direct sales, B2B, partnerships with mental health institutions, conferences, webinars, and digital marketing.
Bring this vision to life, we will leverage cutting-edge game engines like Unity or Unreal Engine, and when it comes to securely storing and processing data, we will rely on databases like MongoDB or Firebase, with optional cloud hosting through AWS or Google Cloud.
The brilliance of these games lies in the overlap of assessments. Each one evaluates multiple personality traits, allowing for cross-verification and more accurate results. Once patient finishes the games, the detailed reports are generated and securely sent to the healthcare providers, offering valuable insights into their behavior and personality. Join us in reshaping how mental health is understood and treated, one game at a time. Thank you.
So, shall we start? Okay. Good evening, panelists. I am Riddhi Agarwal, and this is my teammate Karlapati Supraja. We are second year MBA students from SBM and MIMS. While mental health is still a delicate topic, our focus is on creating a friendlier, more approachable path to recovery. Through secondary research, we identified the immense growth in the digital mental health market, which is expanding at a CAGR of 21%. Our primary research involved creating a proxy of our product where we tested the concept of using games as icebreakers with strangers. The results showed promise as these games helped ease communication. We also spoke to mental health professionals who revealed that patients often take time to open up or are disengaged, making treatment difficult. Our business operates on a B2B model, meaning our customers are clinics, hospitals, and mental health professionals, while the end consumers are their patients. Based on our research, we calculated a total achievable market of 168 crores. We have created two consumer personas as can be seen in the PPT.
Moving on. So here where we come up with our product Emotica, insights through cognitive play. With Emotica, we would like to transform the workings of mental health space and how it is perceived. As seen in primary research, game acts a great way to put a person to ease and understand the personality. Here at Emotica, we provide a software that generates reports about mental state and behavioral aspect of the patient, even before the psychologist or the counselors talks to them. This will ease the process and for both doctor and patient, creating a win-win situation. Our application will be provided to customer wherein the interface is easy to use. We will have patient logs where we store the data of the patients and their reports securely. Under services tab, all the games will be available and can be used to assign them to the patients according to the requirement. So all these five games have assessment focus on various parameters like impulse control, risk-taking, adaptability, where the psychological insights provide how individuals approach to ethical dilemmas and handle high pressure situations and perseverance in overcoming challenges. Our revenue model is two types. That is, one is a subscription, which will be charged on monthly base based on the package tier, and the other one is enterprise licensing, where we customize according to the client's requirement.
So, now as we've introduced Emotica, let's now discuss our 5 year strategic plan post launch of the product and the key metrics that will guide our success. Our primary goal is to refine the product interface continuously based on the feedback that we receive from the professionals, ensuring the user experience remains engaging and effective. We'll begin by launching in Mumbai, establishing a local strong presence. Over the next 5 years, we plan to expand geographically with a long term vision of entering international markets. Initially, our focus is on capturing market share by driving user adoption and engagement, while profitability will follow as we scale. Our research shows that digital mental health services are rapidly gaining prominence, and trust is a critical factor. Once we have developed strong partnerships with clinics and mental health professionals, we intend to make Emotica accessible directly to consumers through clinic generated access codes. To promote Emotica, we'll begin with free trials and pilot programs to build trust and demonstrate value to clinics and hospitals. Our success will be measured by user growth, satisfaction rates, and eventually by market penetration as we look to secure our position as a leader in the digital mental health assessments. Thank you.
Hey, hi, Riddhi and Supraja. Good presentation.
Hello, sir.
Hi, sir.
Hi, thank you, Riddhi and Karlapati.
Hi, sir.
Just that was a very good presentation. Samir sir, would you like to start with the questions?
Yeah. So first of all, congratulations to both of you. To be in 0.5% of overall registrations is a good kind of start. Um, while I understood what you want to solve, I am not able to understand the revenue model yet. Subscription from the institutes. Um, why would the institutes want to subscribe to such a app or a website when for them it is very important to get that patient of theirs treated by themselves? What does it add into their repertoire? If you can answer that.
Okay. I would like to take it, and maybe Supraja, you can add if you want to. So,
Sure.
sir, herein the institutes get the database of the patients, and second of all, it's a entire diagnosis. So, for example, for the physical health, we have a diagnosis pre checkup. For example, the BP check or maybe the sugar level. But for a mental health, we really do not have an idea before the checkup how the patient history looks like or what is the coping mechanism for the doctors. So we want to create a database for the professionals, so that they get a help for personalizing, as mental health is something which is more on personalized basis. The recoveries are more personalized, so we want a database which helps them curate the recovery process all personalized.
And also, this would speed up the process of understanding the patient
But
and
are the findings of the app been validated? Like you have decided that these are the six games or six things that will engage and give the results. So what is the background mechanism for the validation of these? And why would say a health institution or a client or a patient would trust you rather than going directly to the doctor?
First of all, the doctor is not being removed in the process. We are acting as a bridging gap. Now, second of all, how do we verify this? First of all, we will be deploying pilot programs so that there is a trust among the clinics that we are actually running a efficient program. Now, how do we prove to the clinics? So we have given different games, but there's an overlap of the different personalities that come out. So, for example, if shortcut shows that you have a good analytical skills, even your car racing will figure out analytical skills. So there is a cross referencing wherein it will help to verify that the whatever we have pulled out the data is actually correct about the patient.
Understood. Riddhi, while what you're saying makes sense, what strikes me is that any mental health patient goes to an institute or an individual as a doctor for a conversation. That conversation needs to be maybe embedded in the, or whatever comes out of that conversation needs to be embedded in the process of him or her playing that game that you want him or her to play to collect that data. Only data collection as a output for an institute or a doctor on a mental patient might not solve for the issue, because the individual who is going through a mental issue would need a lot more than just an app and a game to solve for his or her issues. So that's what I kind of feel,
Sure, sir.
um, and you can maybe work on it
Sure,
more.
sir.
Jatin, sorry, do you have any
Yeah,
comments?
so similar thing, just the time is up, but you need to identify how you're bridging the gap, but how you can streamline the flow of a person using the app and the outputs and inputs that goes into the system.
Sure, sir.
sure.
Thank you.
All the best.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
sir.
Thank you. Sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Karlapati and team. I think it was a fantastic idea that you shared with all of us, and everyone really enjoyed it. So, we'll move on to the next team now. We have Team Eternity from IIM Lucknow. So, we'll have their video play first.
Road accidents are a significant issue in India, with one accident happening every 3.5 minutes. In 2022 alone, over 168,000 lives were lost in road crashes, costing India 5 to 7% of its GDP. The most common causes of these accidents include overspeeding, fatigue, and distracted driving, especially on highways where over 50% of fatalities occur. Fatigue and drowsiness contribute to up to 20% of accidents involving long haul drivers, and mobile phone usage leads to over 10,000 accidents annually. Our solution, AlertEye, addresses these critical safety issues by leveraging AI to monitor and prevent dangerous driving behaviors.
Introducing AlertEye, an AI powered smart driving assistant to tackle drowsiness and distractions. The system leverages cutting edge AI algorithms to continuously monitor the driver's eye movements, head position, and facial expressions, detecting signs of fatigue or distracted driving, such as texting or eating. When these behaviors are identified, AlertEye issues real time audio and visual alerts to refocus the driver's attention. The system is not just a simple warning mechanism, it's a comprehensive safety tool. AlertEye's adaptive intelligence learns each driver's unique habits to reduce false alarms, ensuring that it only warns when a true risk is present. Additionally, it integrates seamlessly with existing vehicle safety systems like airbags and lane departure warnings, offering an added layer of protection. The device can be customized for sensitivity and easily installed across vehicles, making it suitable for individual users as well as commercial fleets alike. AlertEye's technology is built to ensure maximum driver attentiveness and minimize distractions. The system continuously monitors the driver using a camera mounted near the rearview mirror, tracking blinking patterns, eye movements, and head tilts. If it detects early signs of drowsiness like frequent blinking, prolonged eye closure, or head drooping, it immediately sends a warning. The AI algorithms analyze if the driver is engaged in risky behaviors like texting, eating, or smoking. In addition to providing immediate alerts, the system adapts to the driver's natural behavior, learning to distinguish between harmless actions like glancing at mirrors and dangerous distractions. This reduces false alarms, making the system more reliable. Furthermore, AlertEye is equipped with an adaptive response mechanism. These features make AlertEye an advanced, highly efficient tool for improving road safety, especially in situations where drivers are at high risk of fatigue or distraction, like long distance driving.
Our implementation strategy focuses on rapid market penetration. In year one, we'll launch in the aftermarket segment and run pilot programs with fleet operators. By year two, we'll expand partnerships with automobile manufacturers and insurance companies, driving growth through retail and online channels. As we scale, we'll introduce premium features for commercial fleets and expand into international markets. With strong financial returns projected, quick payback, high profitability, and significant value creation, AlertEye is positioned to become a global leader in road safety technology. Thank you.
Shall we start the presentation? Okay. Good evening, esteemed panel. We are Team Eternity from IIM Lucknow, and we are grateful for this opportunity to present our big idea to Reliance Industries. So, AlertEye is an AI powered smart driving assistant designed to prevent accidents caused by drowsy driving and fatigue. So, let us start by talking about the motivation behind this idea. Our research highlighted two critical insights. Firstly, India witnesses over 1 lakh accidents annually due to drowsiness and fatigue. And despite the severity of this issue, very few companies are directly addressing it. So, this gap drove us to come up with AlertEye, a solution focused on accident prevention by using real time monitoring to detect driver fatigue and distractions.
Now let's briefly walk you through how AlertEye works. The device will be integrated into the rear view mirror of vehicles where it will track eye movements, blinking patterns, and head tilts. When it detects signs of fatigue or distraction, it will issue audio alerts to the driver. If early warnings are ignored, the alarm will escalate in intensity to ensure the driver is prompted to stay focused. Apart from this, the device will also be connected to a mobile app through which emergency calls can be sent to the driver. It will also have a GPS tracker integrated into the system for real time location monitoring and improved fleet management. Next, let's talk about how we plan to implement AlertEye. With Reliance Retail's extensive network of 18,000 plus physical stores and robust e-commerce platform, we can efficiently distribute AlertEye to both individual customers and businesses. Additionally, by partnering with automobile manufacturers, fleet operators, and insurance companies, we can promote it as an aftermarket safety accessory. Our roadmap also includes developing budget friendly as well as advanced versions tailored for the diverse customer needs.
Now let's address why AlertEye is a perfect solution for Reliance Industries. Reliance's existing presence in automotive space through partnerships with fleet operators as well as automobile manufacturers provides a natural synergy to introduce an innovative product like AlertEye. Moreover, AlertEye aligns with Reliance's focus on smart solutions focus on with energy, logistics, and mobility sectors. Integrating it with Reliance's own fleet operations and logistic networks would enhance both safety and operational efficiency. For future improvements, we are planning to enhance this by sending alerts to drivers when they exceed speed limits. In conclusion, AlertEye aligns seamlessly with Reliance's digital, retail, and financial ecosystem, enhancing value in both social and the business context. It strengthens RIL's leadership in innovation as well as in societal well-being. Thank you. We are now open for questions.
Thank you,
Thank you.
team, for the insightful presentation. Uh, I'll just start by asking that there are already existing products in the market which are similar to AlertEye. How does your product differentiate from those?
Okay, most solutions that are focusing on driver fatigueness as well as drowsiness today in the market are majorly focused on lane directions as well as lane distractions. But drowsy driving is something that has not been addressed. As well as one more feature that AlertEye offers is GPS tracking as well as emergency calling in cases of emergency situations wherein the driver is not responding to the initial warning systems.
Adding on to what my partner said, I would also like to mention that we also have a feature in Alert Eye which will give out escalating audio alerts if the initial alerts are ignored by the driver. In case the driver is feeling drowsy or he's very tired, and the earlier signals are ignored, so the signals, the sound and the volume of the signals will escalate so that the driver is alerted and the accident will be prevented.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I had a similar question. One data point I wanted to understand is you mentioned the number of accidents. Was that only four wheelers or it included two wheelers as well as large segment, which is trucks and large vehicles?
So, 1 lakh plus cases that Shivati mentioned in the introduction, they included all the vehicles, including commercial fleets, two vehicles as well as cars. Majority of these accidents occur in commercial fleets because the drivers usually have a long hour shifts, 10 to 12-hour shifts, and they tend to get drowsy and have fatigue towards the end of their shifts.
Yeah, so that's where the solution kind of has to be a bit more advanced because audio might not work there if it's about fatigue, right? So you might want to think over how the driver needs to be alerted in terms of an impending accident.
So, to work on that, as we are working on escalated systems, as for example, the first beep or for example, a beep sound that the device will send out if it detects fatigue. If they are ignored, then escalated audio signs will be sent out. And if the device detects that still fatigue and drowsiness is detected, the emergency contacts will be contacted immediately, and so that to cater to this.
Okay, thank you.
Just one more thing to keep in mind, in the your major segment that you are targeting is commercial fleets, which you also showed in the later slides. So in India, the drivers in the same truck may not be same. They might be changing basis the journey, basis everything. They may change midway as well. So you need to think of some mechanism to address that as well. That may include the points that Samir sir highlighted. So think of it.
Uh, yeah, sure. The major focus was that AI adapts the driver's behavior. So,
Okay.
sure.
Thank you. All the best.
All the best, guys.
Thank you, Team Eternity. I think that was a lovely take on how we can make our Indian roads much safer for everyone to drive on. And now, before we move on to the next team, I think we should give some time to our jury to complete the scoring of the teams. And while they make their assessments, let us have some fun, right? So, we'll have an interesting trivia question about Reliance. All you need to do is to try to guess the answers in the comment section. So, there will be a question that will come up on the screen, and you need to put up your answers in the comment section. The first person to answer correctly gets our amazing TUP merchandise. So, are we ready? Perfect. So let's go. Great. So I think we had some fun over there. Nikhil Wadhwani, you've guessed it right. Please reach out to us on our social media handles or to support@unstop.com for your prize. And now let's move on to our next team. I'd like to welcome the team from Maika Ahmedabad. I think they've taken a very interesting wordplay on TUP. They've named themselves TUP Barsa Pani. So let's have their video on the screen, please.
India is one of the largest textile sourcing regions in the world. Both production and consumption trends have shown a significant amount of textile waste generation. India produces nearly 7,700 kilotons of textile waste annually. At the same time, it is facing a pressing need for renewable energy resources to fuel its economic growth. The fossil fuel imports amount to US dollars 120 billion by 2021. What if instead of viewing the waste as a liability, we saw it as an untapped resource of sustainable energy waiting to be unleashed, presenting TexFuels, turning waste into what? TexFuel is a solution that transforms textile waste into sustainable biofuels, creating a circular economy and reducing carbon emissions. This initiative addresses the urgent need for renewable energy sources and aligns with India's green energy goals. Here's how TexFuel works. Firstly, through cellulosic ethanol from cotton waste. Natural fiber waste is converted into cellulosic ethanol through fermentation. This ethanol can be blended with petrol and distributed through India's extensive network of petrol pumps. The annual revenue from these is expected to be rupees 80 crores. Secondly, through synthetic biofuel from polyester waste. Polyester scraps undergo pyrolysis to produce bio-oil, which can be refined into green diesel or aviation fuel. This will lead to projected annual revenue of rupees 165 crore. Thirdly, biogas from effluent sludge. Organic waste from textile dye is processed in anaerobic digesters to produce biogas, which can power textile production facilities, leading to estimated annual savings of rupees 12 crores by reducing dependence on electricity. But what differentiates TexFuels from others? Firstly, through its cost reduction. Utilizing textile byproducts can save rupees 16 crores annually from reduced waste disposal only. And secondly, by participating in circular economy. TexFuel closes the loop in textile value chain by converting waste into energy. Now let's discuss the market opportunity and feasibility of TexFuels. The global biofuel market is expected to grow significantly with a CAGR of 12%. India's vast network of around 65,000 plus fuel stations provide a ready market for ethanol-based fuels. The initial investment for TexFuels will be at estimated rupees 125 crore. The payback period is estimated to be around 4 to 5 years, with the annual revenue from biofuel sales projected at rupees 245 crores. TexFuel is a sustainable and profitable solution that addresses the pressing need for renewable energy while contributing to the circular economy in the textile industry.
7,800 kilotons, $132 billion, and 20%. The first is the amount of textile waste generated every year just in India with no sustainable way to dispose. The second is the amount of money we spend on fuel imports as a nation, which also happens to account for over 25% of our current imports. The third is the ambitious target for ethanol mixing set by us by 2030, which, as we can see from the graph, we are nowhere near. Enter TexFuel, an innovative solution to convert textile waste into biofuel. TexFuel reduces the textile waste disposal and reliance on fossil fuel, raises sustainability in textile operations and accessibility to renewable energy, creates a circular economy with multiple revenue streams, and eliminates the dependency on feeds.
TexFuel's processes begin by sourcing the textile waste in our pre-treatment plants, where we source the textile waste from first the manufacturers, the fast fashion industry, and even landfills. The waste is then collected and segregated in our pre-treatment plants based on either they are plant-based or synthetic. Waste is then further processed into our terminal plants with help of advanced processes such as enzymatic hydrolysis, anaerobic digesters, and pyrolysis. We convert these textile waste into bioethanol, bio-oil, and biogas. These end products, including cellulosic ethanol, can be sold as a commoditized product for fuel blending and biogas for power generation for a complete circular economy in the textile industry.
TexFuel will be implemented in phases. Here we have shown the financials for the phase one, which will include setting up the plant and processes. We have also looked into the licensing and the legal cost and the incentives that we will receive from the government for generating renewable energy. Our major source of revenue will be the sale of biofuel, which we will get from selling ethanol and biofuel blends to various petroleum companies. Secondly, we'll generate income by selling carbon credit that we will receive for the reduction in carbon emission. Thirdly, through process derivatives, that is by selling byproducts such as sludge to other industries. In phase two, we will expand our offering to bio oil, which will be generated from polyester waste, which accounts to 65% of the textile waste. And in third phase, we'll expand our offering to biogas, which will be generated from effluent sludge, that is a waste product in the textile dyeing industry.
For marketing, highlighting our environmental and sustainability benefits are our most imperative selling points. India's proximity to major textile hubs acts as a major advantage for us, and setting up plants near ports can save us tons of transportation costs. We see a future where fashion not only looks good, but powers our community sustainably. That's TexFuel, turning textile waste into words and empowering India and beyond. Oh, we are done.
Hi guys, good presentation. That
Thank you.
environment.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, team, for the insightful presentation. Samir sir, would you like to proceed?
Yeah, while it's a very interesting idea, what I was thinking while you guys were presenting is that there is an X wastage that you're talking about right now. Once you kind of process it and create your fuel or your byproduct or output out of it, how will the economies of scale work here? How, for example, if I have to build a 10-year business out of this, how does that look for you guys? Because the waste has to grow for you to convert it into an output for that fuel to grow, right? Have you thought about it? And if yes, what's your thought process?
Yes, sir. We definitely have thought about it, sir. So first issue was that first thing we identified was that textile wastage is also growing by the rise in fast fashion industry. As we can see, brands such as Zudio and everything are surging right now. The wastage from these brands have also increased a lot. So India itself acts as a huge source of textile waste. Apart from that, sir. As a geographic location, India, we are located very strategically because all our neighbors, including Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, and Vietnam, are huge textile hubs, and they have huge textile productions as well. So, further, we can to achieve economies of scale, we can also import textile wastage from these countries to run into our plants. That is a further action plan that we have thought about.
Okay. Jatin, anything from you?
Okay. Can you also have you also on the similar task? What is the yield that you are getting for, say, let us say, 1 ton of waste that you use for the biogas that is produced?
Sir, so it depends on the type of wastage as well. So if we talk about just the plant-based fibers, the yield is pretty high because breaking the molecules is pretty easy into the process which is happening. It is around 55 to 60% of yield which we can generate from this. When we compare this to synthetic fiber, although the amount of wastage is high, synthetic fibers yield around 30 to 35% of oil.
Okay, so combining Sameer sir's and my question, I think you need to work on this, that how the longevity of the project depends. Secondly, you have mentioned that the capex required is around 125 CR initially, and then you expect a 5-year payback. What is the working that you have taken in terms of calculation for this payback?
Sir, so firstly, we identified a plant setup cost. We took a top-down approach, and the initial capex is actually really high. But sir, due to the high demand of ethanol in India, so as we mentioned in the starting, we are not even generating the amount of ethanol. So our expectation is that we are profitable since day one in terms of the operating capex which we are putting here. But sir, it will take around 10 years of time to generate the to break even the initial capex that we have incurred here for plant setup
And
costs. And
And have you evaluated if the substitutes for ethanol or any other biogas is cheaper than what you are doing? Have you done that part of evaluation?
yes, sir. Mithil, can you please go to the last slide? Yes, sir. So this is the substitute product which is from the agricultural wastage. Now, sir, agricultural production in India cannot cater to the production of ethanol which is required. We are currently importing ethanol from outside of the country to cater to our particular demands. So the substitutes do exist and they are around 10 rupees per liter cheaper than our product. But at this point, when there is a huge shortage of ethanol, and also looking at the government goals of E20, which is 20% ethanol blending in petroleum products, we are very much a relevant proposition right now for government to spend enough capex on this.
Thank you.
So only challenge that I feel while I agree with you is the limited source of your input or your raw material. Um, that has to be solved, because if that is not solved, then all that scale of 5-10 years might not happen.
Right, sir.
Okay, all the
Samir sir,
best.
would you like to ask anything else?
No, no, I'm good.
Thank you, team TUP Barsa Pani. I think you've given us a very insightful presentation and a fantastic approach on how to make the textile industry more sustainable. And now let's move on to our next team. I would like to call upon Monica and her team from UBS Punjab University, Chandigarh. Let's have their video on the screen.
Hello everyone, my name is Monica and I'm excited to share a transformative idea that combines the power of AI with the art of storytelling. Imagine if every book could come alive with visuals tailored to your imagination. What if we could make reading an immersive experience that captivates all senses? Yes, you heard it right. So, according to a 2022 study by the National Endowment for the Arts, only 43% of adults read a book in the past year. Many find traditional reading less engaging in our fast-paced digital world. Visual learnings accounts for about 65% of the population. With the rise of platforms like Instagram and YouTube, consumers crave more dynamic content. So, let's identify the problem first. Many people struggle to connect with text, leading to disengagement. Additionally, people with learning disabilities find reading challenging. So, tools that incorporates visual aids have been shown to help students with dyslexia and other learning disabilities. For example, the University of Michigan found that visual aids help students with reading difficulties. Consider the countless stories that go untold because individuals don't find reading accessible or engaging. This disconnect can lead to a diminished appreciation for literature too. So, introducing our AI solution. My idea is Kalpana.ai, an AI powered platform that transforms text into visual narratives. This tool will create animations, illustrations, or even virtual reality experiences based on the text. So, how it works? Using natural language processing, our Kalpana AI analyzes the narratives, key themes, and emotions, generating visuals based on readers' interpretations. Our Kalpana AI could enhance literacy rates, foster creativity, and engage readers who struggle with traditional formats. Join me in revolutionizing the reading experience. With Kalpana AI, we can inspire a new generation of readers and storytellers. Let's make books not just stories, but journeys that spark imagination and foster connection.
Am I audible?
Yes, please go ahead.
Am I audible? Okay. So let's start with detailed version of Kalpana AI, transforming reading from text to immersive experience. As we know, this character Ishan Awasthi from Tare Zameen Par, who struggled with traditional form of learning, but when helped with visual aids, he aced in the ends. So there are several statistics which differ visual versus text. That the human brain processes image 60,000 times faster than text. Most people only read 20 to 28% of the words on one page, and 80% of people remember what they see compared to 20% of what they read. So how Kalpana AI tackle this problem? Kalpana AI utilizes advanced artificial intelligence that converts text into immersive animated. What's the functionality? Users can search for books using an integrated search bar. If the book has already been transformed into visuals by another user, they can access this existing content immediately. And if the book is not found in the database, Kalpana AI will initiate the transforming process, generating immersive visuals. Is it scalable? Yes. It is capable of handling a growing number of users and books without compromising performance. Let's take this example. I have this AI prompt which says, "Man enjoys a delicious ice cream cone on a sunny day." The AI has transformed this text into visual, as you can see in the PPT, and there are many more examples. So let's talk about the technical details of Kalpana AI. That it uses natural language process, it is utilizes computer vision, it is based on cloud-based infrastructure, and it offers real-time rendering. So let's understand the business case. What's the market potential? The global books market revenue was valued at 137.12 billion US dollar in 2022, and it is estimated to reach 165.22 million dollar by 2031. Let's bifurcate and understand our market potential and market reach. For example, one popular YouTube channel with only 15 videos has managed to gather 1.44 million subscribers. Highlights that their large audience is craving accessible and engaging book content. We also get to know about market potential and market size by high keyword search volume, phrases like best books to read, how to read more, and read more books online. It shows that people love to read book, but they don't find it engaging. And there's an opportunity we have to tap on. So, what are the potential revenue model? There is a subscription model, there is a educational licensing in which we partner with schools, and there is a freemium model and affiliate partnership. So, let's connect Kalpana AI with global market, consumption market. Global market consumption market was valued at 2.2 trillion US dollar in 2023 and is expected to grow with a CAGR of 8.1% through 2029. By converting books into animated immersive video experiences using AI, Kalpana AI is not only revolutionizing the reading experience but also aligning itself with the growing media consumption industry. As media becomes a primary channel for education and entertainment, Kalpana AI bridges traditional reading with modern media trends. Thank you.
Thank you, Monica, for the insightful presentation.
Thank you, sir.
This is a very good idea, very unique idea. But tell me something. There are a lot of other AI tools available in the market that solve this purpose. Some of them are even free. So, how do you expect to compete against them? Or if I have to rephrase the question, what is the special skill set that you bring to Kalpana AI that will help you go forward?
So basically, there are very indirect competitors available in the market like Cuckoo FM and Audible, but they deal in audiobooks. But after this, there are many storyteller apps which also provide this visual storytelling. But we differed with like more engagement and interactivity to books, and also we use this AI powered customization, which makes a difference from static visual storytelling. This interactive element users can interact with characteristics, environment, more engagement, and practicality to the books.
And what is your skill set that will help Kalpana AI go ahead?
Sir, I will use several techniques that I will reach out to educational institution where we will convert textbook into interactive sessions, and we will also move to market of accessibility where we will deal with students of dyslexia and other learning disabilities. Also, there is uh, sir. Also, there will be the publisher content in we will deal with partner we will partnership with publishers which will help to scalable this concept.
Samit sir, you can ask.
Yeah. So I didn't get, where are the consumers going to consume this? Is it an app? It's a tool? It's a device? What is it?
So first of all we will operate with a platform like website as I mentioned in the slide that this search functionality that user can search for books using an integrated search bar, and if we get to the certain point we will launch our app, and that's how we'll proceed.
On a website, do you think people are going to consume this kind of content? See, book
So
readers have two patterns, right? One is they read books, physical books. So the problem that you want to solve is for people who might not read books but still want to consume content,
yes
or
sir.
students. Yeah, or students. But would website be the right starting point? I'm not sure.
So website will use for converting text into visuals. So they can download their visuals from that website and they can watch it whenever they want. So like website is just a tool to transform that text into visuals.
So how will they discover it? So when, if somebody wants to buy, consume a book, are you expecting them to search on Google, find your website, and then kind of download on their phone and consume it? Is that the process?
So actually, I have researched it a lot. There are several YouTube videos which say that how to read when you hate reading. Like we know that the opportunity is there and the market, the people pain point is there. So our market strategy would be first of all we will target educational centers and educators, and secondly we will also target entertainment industry in which novels will be converted into immersive experience, and also we will use several marketing tactics like a content marketing, social media campaign we will do, and uh, educate about Kalpana AI.
Okay, cool. Cool. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
You. All the best.
Thank
All
you,
the
sir.
best.
Lovely, Monica. I think that was a great take on how to make reading and education more accessible for children with different learning disabilities. Well, at the same time, I think we should give some time to our jury to deliberate again on the team presentations and to discuss. Meanwhile, I think we can go on to the next trivia question about Reliance, right? So let's have another question and another round of our quiz. Amazing. So Abhijit has answered it correctly. Abhijit, please reach out to us on our social media platforms or at support@unstop.com. Now, let's move on to our next team. I'd like to welcome Team Pitchkers from IIM Bangalore. So let's have their video on.
So the final edits are done. Time to share it with people. Oh, my subscribers are going to go crazy about this. What, bro? Another copyright claim. But this was supposed to be free music. As a YouTuber, dealing with copyright issues is a nightmare. I'm always second guessing every song, every clip, every sound effect I use. Even this so-called free music is getting flagged. And the worst part, fighting these claims and getting licenses through third-party vendors like Devo can cost a lot. Without getting the required copyrights, the revenue I generate is also shared with someone else. It is very exhausting, and I spend more time dealing with this legal stuff than actually creating content. Is there no solution to this?
Introducing Copyright, powered by Reliance, your one-stop solution for copyright management. Copyright offers advanced AI-powered scanning, which automatically detects copyrighted music, visuals, and audio before your video is uploaded. Within seconds, it alerts you to potential copyright issues. If any issues are found, you don't need to worry. Copyright provides on-the-spot licensing options, allowing you to buy the rights directly from its existing repositories, courtesy of JioSaavn's extensive library and other partner platforms. With Copyright, we introduce a flexible revenue sharing model that makes copyright management accessible to all creators. This way, copyright grows with you. Emerging content creators can start without large financial burden, and large production houses also benefit from flexible scaling options as their revenue increases. With copyright management becomes easy. Everything you need, legal compliance, licensing, and rights management comes under one platform, eliminating the need for costly third-party services. As soon as the video is uploaded, our advanced AI kicks in. The AI scans the entire content, whether it's a soundtrack in the background, a clip used within the video, detecting any instances that require copyright permissions. For every potential copyright issue detected, Copyright provides the creator with an easy-to-use link. Clicking on the link allows the creator to instantly obtain the necessary licenses. These licenses are fetched from our extensive repository, which is populated through partnerships with JioSaavn for music, JioCinema for video content, and other major platforms. Once the necessary rights are granted, the creator is then free to publish the video without worrying about copyright issues, all just within a few clicks. Talking about feasibility of the product in India, we see that there is a huge market size to be catered to, even if we are targeting only YouTube content creators. This industry is growing at a massive 20% growth rate. Talking about finance, we observe that we can be profitable if we use a 10% revenue share model, which will also be very feasible for the content creators. With scalable revenue sharing models and a seamless AI-powered licensing system, this solution brings together practicality and innovation for a future where copyright hurdles are a thing of the past.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. We are Team Pitchkers from IIM Bangalore, and that was our pitch to our AI-powered copyright management platform, Copyright. Let me take you through the user journey to understand the technology stack and the resources used to implement the solution. Once the video is uploaded, our ML model analyzes it in three different layers: video, audio, and the metadata analysis. We'll be using a CNN network for the video analysis, and the data required for training that model will be provided by our partnerships with JioCinema and JioTV. Why did we choose them as our partners? Because these players not only have a great library of digital content, but also have great connections with music labels, film studios, and production houses. Further, NLP will be leveraged to analyze the audio and the metadata content to detect the presence of copyrighted content in the video. We plan to utilize AWS Cloud Services to power our platform, ensuring high speed processing and seamless scalability as the demand grows. For revenue sharing, the process is streamlined. Once the contract is signed, 10% of the revenue generated from each video will be automatically transferred to our account via YouTube's payment disbursement system.
Our market study highlights that the content creator industry is highly attractive with a large market size and rapid growth. We conducted a TAM-SAM SOM analysis, which forms the foundation of our financial projections. A Porter's five forces analysis shows low competitive rivalry and minimal threat from substitutes, despite high supplier bargaining power. This creates a prime opportunity for disruptive ideas to thrive. While third party copyright services pose some competition, our product stands out across key areas. With a robust AI tool and a strong legal team, we are confident in outperforming existing players in the market.
Now, on to the financials. A significant cost of the company is licensing, which mainly has two types: synchronization license and master license. By using the industry average for these licenses and applying a 30% bulk purchase discount, we estimate the licensing cost to be approximately 50,000 per license per month. The total cost based on the number of licenses used will come to around 12 lakhs per user per year. Our timeline assumes a 1 year development phase, meaning we will launch the product 1 year after developing it, and that is when we'll start generating our revenue. Our revenue model is based on two streams: ad revenue and revenue sharing. YouTube typically charges content creators at least 55% of their revenue, which is way more than the 10% we charge. In the initial 1 year, we expect to acquire 1,000 customers, and their revenue is projected to be 9 lakhs per month, resulting in a first year revenue of approximately 108 crores. Assuming a 30% growth rate of customers, we expect to reach break-even point by the third year post-launch. Thank you.
Thank you, team. That was very interesting approach to copyright. I would like to ask you, what is the target segment that you are looking at?
Okay, so currently, how we are trying to target the segment is the YouTube content producers who already have like more than 1 million subscribers. This we are currently targeting because that is where our model becomes very feasible. There are 30,000 plus YouTube channel owners who have more than 1 million subscribers currently in India. So they will be our primary target initially.
So if those are your targets and they're already paying 55% on YouTube, as you have highlighted, then why are you going as low as 10%? Why not 20 or 30%? Because still there is a huge gap if you go up to 30 also. So why did you choose that number?
Yes,
Sir, I
the
would like
number
to
we
answer
have
this.
chosen. Yeah,
Yeah. So
go
the
ahead.
50% YouTube revenue sharing is for multiple things. It is not a contract made with YouTube initially. Suppose I am a content creator and I'm uploading a video without my knowledge that I am using copyrighted songs. In that case, YouTube has a revenue sharing policy. Depending on how many songs I use and what part of song I use, whether I'm using the entire song or only one particular 10 seconds or 20 seconds. Depending on that, it takes at least 55% to 87% to 90% of the complete revenue and gives it to the artist. So we are proposing a solution to overcome this challenge. For that, they will take it only 10%.
Okay.
So are you going to take the copyright, pay the copyright fee, and then not charge it to the creator? Is that your model?
Yes, that is the model. So initially,
How much? Go
yeah,
ahead. Go
we
ahead.
will be incurring the cost for the copyrights, but we will be getting the revenue share from the revenue that the YouTube content creator is generating.
So you're going to pay for the copyright, transfer
Yeah.
that copyright to the creator, and thus the creator saves on the money that they shell out to, say, YouTube.
Yes.
So initially, once you charge 10%, it's not going to cover your copyright cost, right?
No, it will not.
So then you also mentioned your revenue model includes ads, ad revenue. How will that work?
Okay, so the ad revenue
So
is
I will take
basically
this question.
from our platform. The platform through which you are going to upload the video, where the AI is going to process and give the feedback about these. You have these many copyrights in that platform. We have a lot of ad space, which could be a potential source of revenue for us.
How? I didn't understand, because your consumer is the content creator, right? The last mile
Yes.
consumer is not going to be on your platform.
Hmm.
There is a certain content creator base. Why would any advertiser advertise for that small base?
Sir, it's about what kind of advertisers, because the content creators, the initial platform he's talking about for checking the YouTube, it is not only for the 1 million subscribers. It is for the complete YouTube content creators. We are not going to limit any regulations for that for subscribers. Suppose I have only one subscriber, even I can go upload my video in the platform and check whether I have any copyright issues. So the entire YouTube content creators uh, are the our target in that for particular platform for use checking the content. For that, the advertisers can include YouTube ads, content creators, merchandising companies which who collab with content creators. Those kind of companies are there who will give ad for this.
Yeah, so I have my doubts on that, very frankly. You have to build this model even further, because your revenue model of ads for that particular, even if you take the entire content creator base, uh, imagine a Unilever. Why would a Unilever advertise on your platform for that base? They would anyways get them on other platforms. So you'll have to
Yes, sir.
figure
Good
out your
point here.
revenue
Yes.
model. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, the ad revenue is very small portion
Very
of our
small.
revenue. So, major portion of our revenue is going to be through the revenue sharing contract only. It's hardly negligible. The
That
ad
means you're
ad source
charging
is hardly
10%.
negligible.
So you're charging
Yes.
only 10% at the start. What Jatin was saying makes sense then, because if your revenue doesn't start building, then your 3-year profitability, I have a doubt.
Yes. So on statistics, when we check, each YouTube creator who has more than 1 million subscribers earns about 7.5 lakhs to 9 lakhs per month. So if he's earning that much through the videos on which he has collaborated with us, 10% of that we have calculated, and we have done a revenue financial analysis. And as you can see here, that we did a projection of all the costs and the revenue that will be generating.
Okay, cool.
So just a small explanation here. So as you can see, the ad revenue is very less. It's in the second row. The major revenue is from the copyrighted music only, which we charge in the content. So the minimum 1 million subscribers, the lower cap, they are only generating 7.5 lakhs to 10 lakhs per month. If we go above that, let's talk about 5 million subscribers. They are have potentially earning 30 lakhs to 50 lakhs. So when that goes, the 10%.
My only point is, I don't think so. You guys should deviate. You have one revenue source, very clearly kind of capitalize on that. A lot of
Okay, yes.
times what you do is you go after 2 3 revenue sources, and unreasonable energy is driven behind a particular revenue source which might not yield results. So my suggestion to you would
Yes,
be, work in a direction where you have one revenue source or a couple of revenue sources which are clearly giving you returns.
yes, sir, sure.
Definitely.
Thank you.
One small thing I want to ask you guys, uh, if you guys give the copyrights to the video uploader, that he had some copyright issues, you have resolved it, you have given him, you have taken the revenue. Now, when he goes to upload it on YouTube, does YouTube get to know that he already has the copyright issues, or again it will raise a concern to this person who is uploading the video?
Yeah, so the AI tool that I mentioned, that automatically changes the metadata of the file that he's going to upload. So in the metadata, the description of all the copyrights will be mentioned in there. So YouTube algorithm also tracks the metadata, so there nothing will be flagged.
Understood. Yeah. Thank you.
All the best.
Thank
All
you.
the best.
Thank you, sir.
That was great, team Pitchkers. I think that's a very innovative idea on how to make content creation for creators much more easier. So, with that, I think let's move on to our next team. That's Team Club of Aces from SIBM Pune. I think let's have their video on the screen now.
Technology is evolving at a breakneck speed, with new gadgets coming out every other day. But tech has a dirty secret. E-waste. Globally, we produce around 62 million tons of e-waste every year. India alone produces 17,000 tons of e-waste each day. And by the way, that's the equivalent to the weight of 2 Eiffel Towers. Out of this, just 8% is recycled properly. The rest
dumped in landfills, illegally exported, or mishandled by informal recyclers, exposing millions to toxic hazards. In India, over 1.2 million informal workers handle this waste without protection, leading to nearly 50,000 deaths each year from related illnesses. Toxic substances like lead, mercury, cadmium result in neurological issues, respiratory diseases, and even birth defects. But what if we could transform our role from contributing to this crisis into being part of the solution? That's where our idea fits in.
we have solved the logistical issue of penetrated e-waste sourcing by collaborating with players like GeoMart, Big Basket, FedEx and Reliance Digital and other such players who rely on small trucks for their deliveries. Typically, these trucks come back empty. What if they could just pick up e-waste on their way back? It would surely cut down our fuel costs, make extra trips redundant, and all in all make the process of collecting e-waste from the cities, households and small businesses very simple and efficient. With our app, scheduling an e-waste pickup is as easy as a tap. Users input their waste details and the app syncs with the delivery routes. When a truck is nearby, it just swings by to collect the e-waste. Plus, users receive a time slot notification, ensuring a smooth, hassle-free delivery.
Once collected, the e-waste will be stored at designated distributor points. From there, weekly trucks will gather the waste from multiple distributors. And to make it worthwhile for everyone, we'll offer incentives to distributors for providing storage plus rewards to households and businesses. Imagine earning points or vouchers that can be redeemed at places like Reliance Digital, Tira, GeoMart and FedEx. It's a win-win for all. Now, why will it work? Simple, we're tapping into existing delivery networks, solving collection challenges without any extra cost, and it aligns perfectly with CSR goals, enhancing the brand image of our partners while boosting their sales and goodwill. As India works towards net zero by 2070, responsible e-waste recycling is a crucial part of the puzzle. Our innovative approach offers a scalable solution, paving the way for a greener, healthier future. Now, the question is, are you ready to be part of this change? Working towards this change, here we are, the Club of Aces from SIBM Pune. The rapid growth of the global electronic industry, currently valued at $3 trillion, has fueled an increasing demand for newer technology. However, this surge has also intensified the often overlooked issue of electronic waste. With millions of tons being produced every year, we are able to properly process just a fraction of it. The rest ends up in landfills, illegally exported, or processed informally. This results in severe consequences like toxic leaching, air pollution, health hazards, and even economic losses. Although there are setups for e waste management, but issues like lack of awareness among consumers and dominance of informal processes still persist. But worry not, here we are just to solve this problem. Our big idea. It is to simply simplify the sourcing by leveraging existing logistics so that e-waste collection becomes simple and hence easy to scale. Let me explain that to you in more detail. Multiple delivery trucks of different brands delivering goods to consumers exist in most of the cities. These usually come back to the base distributor warehouse empty. We simply ask them to pick up our e-waste from the clients nearby their drop location as they make their return journey and keep it at the distributor's warehouse. From there, we will pick it up weekly or bi weekly and sell it off to the aggregators or formal recyclers. It is similar to how a distribution channel works, and we will be focusing on the reverse logistics part of it.
To the consumer, the process would look something like this. The user downloads our app eCollect and prompts for waste pickup. Now, the truck routes are synchronized such that any truck that has a delivery in the nearby area would swing by to pick it up. The user will be notified prior to the pickup that your points are on the way. Talking about why we are the perfect solution to our massive problem of e-waste. That's because we address all the key pain points in the current system. Our solution directly tackles the limited waste collection infrastructure. And talking about the issue of lack of awareness, our collaboration with top brands changes just that. We are also challenging the informal sector. How? By taking the charge of the sourcing. By offering our users coupons and exclusive deals that can be redeemed from our partner businesses for simply disposing of e-waste. Our app will gain rapid traction owing to all these incentives, and a larger consumer base would mean more e-waste collected and stronger bargaining power with aggregators. As we grow, partnering with us becomes even more lucrative, allowing us to onboard more trucks and collect more e-waste, creating a self-sustaining cycle of growth with multiple revenue streams of selling to aggregators as well as presenting ads on our platform. At last, I would like to say that eCollect is not just a solution, it is a revolution. And together, we can drive the change that our world needs. Thank you.
Thank you, team. I think this is a good approach to the existing problem. Uh, I have one doubt. The problem that we are highlighting is that there is a logistical issue to, or let us say, logistical cost that is attached to collection of e-waste. However, your idea is just tying up with brands, which you will have to pay for the logistics cost. Further, you will be giving coupons to the consumer, which will also come at a certain cost. So, how is it reducing the overall cost in system to ease the process? I did not get that.
Surely, sir, I'd like to take that up. So, we are reducing the cost because the cost of fuel that would have been incurred otherwise when we go directly to these regions to pick up e-waste would not be incurred at all because the trucks which are already in the nearby regions dropping off products of our partner brands will be picking it up on their way back. When we see trucks of GeoMart, Big Basket, FedEx, or DTDC, they go to certain regions and they come back empty usually. We are going to optimize on that empty space on these trucks when they come back to their distributors for picking up the stuff or the products that they'll be going to drop off in the next route. That will be the area of cost reduction for us. And
And
then bi-weekly or weekly, we'll be taking up the products from the distributor.
And sir, adding to Varchaswa's point, so we'll just have to bargain about the storage at the existing distributor point of our brands itself. So we'll just have to focus on the truck that we'll be sending to these distributor points for weekly or bi-weekly.
But do you expect the brands to do it for free?
No, sir, it's not free, of course. So we'll be giving them a positive PR because it is part of a CSR initiative. And Varchaswa, would you like to add to
Yes, sir.
this?
Sir, our whole idea revolves around the fact that through these, we are giving brands three things. First would be a free positive PR, wherein all these three words are the keywords. A free positive PR would be something that every brand would be interested in. Then there are the CSR goals that every major brand has to follow, and this would be one step towards that as well. The third would be that we will be having a lot of consumers or users on our brand because of the fact that we are taking scrap from them that would have otherwise been gone waste, or they would have not gotten anything for that. So when we have a lot of consumer base on our app, the brands would be willing to come to us, just like how brands go to Cred or Google Pay or Paytm, wherein there are already a lot of users and the brands offer them coupons so that they could be aware of the brand and would eventually become a user of the brand. That's the exact idea that we have here.
Understood.
Right.
Samir sir, over to you.
Yeah. Uh, So I have one doubt, right? Your entire model is depending on the trucks coming empty from the
Yes.
warehouse, right? But most of the logistics right now is handled by third-party vendors. You take delivery, Grab, Porter. You know, they never come empty. So the model that they operate, these third-party vendors, for say a GeoMart as a Geo as well, is they fill up, they deliver, they fill up, they deliver. Very seldom those trucks actually are empty. So your model, if it is based on a hypothesis that the trucks are empty, then that is debatable actually. Wherever the model is about they themselves serving or their logistics, like an Amazon, whatever, that might still make sense, but they also actually don't come empty. So if you have any data points, otherwise I'll be happy to be challenged. But most
So,
of these come don't come empty as far as my information goes.
so when we say that the trucks are coming empty, we are talking about the route from delivering right to the end consumers to coming back to the distributors from where they'll be filled up again.
So that also works for. By the way, your name is very good. I liked it.
Thank you, sir.
So that also actually, see, with Q-commerce coming up, and
Mhm.
with
Advent
a
of dark
lot of
stores as
deliveries.
well.
Yeah, I think trucks are no more the mode of transportation. It's
So
usually
that
bike, small vans, um, those bikes with a box behind in tier two. So I'm just giving you a food for thought. Your model is based on space,
yes, sir.
while in logistics. I'm not sure whether that empty space is there. You might want to double down on that and see how you want to kind of build your idea.
Sir, I would like to add. Sir, it's
Yeah.
based on our secondary and primary research. Uh, sir, as we will be starting with a very small, on a very small scale. It would start from very minimal volume as we'll be collecting e-waste like cables, mobile phones, and as soon as we will see that the demand and the volume is increasing of the e-waste, we would like to scale it up a little more. And as in further e-waste like televisions and big e-waste or the large volumes we'll be seeing, we'll be scaling up our process by adding on to our own trucks which will have more volume to collect these waste. So it will all depend upon the volume and the demand that we'll be getting from particular regions. And right now, sir, I totally agree that there are third-party vendors that are handling logistics for GeoMart or even other FMCG companies as well. But sir, this is the space that we're talking is very minimal space. It will not require up the entire truck that we're saying. And so definitely going to the retailer and then coming back to the distributor point, the I agree with you, but I also kind of feel that the trucks do have that much of space that they can carry on the minimal waste that we are talking about in our level one scalability.
Okay, cool. And again, I think you mentioned your revenue model having ads and other revenue. I don't know how ads is going to help you here. I didn't understand why would you put ads as a revenue model in this process. How who is going to be on your app? What
Yes,
is
sir.
the size of your app in terms of customers or visitors?
Sir,
Uh,
I'd like to
yeah.
respond to that. So, this model revolves around the fact that we have a lot of consumer base. If we grow a lot of consumer base eventually on our app. So, when our consumers are just getting paid for dropping off their e-waste, I don't think, or I feel that they won't be minding seeing a 10-second or a 15-second ad on our platform. Just how it is with different types of games, wherein as soon as you go online and you're playing that game, after every round you'll get an ad, and you do not mind watching that ad for 10 seconds or 15 seconds. Or even in games wherein you, let's say, get some amount of coins which you are just playing as a leisure time activity, even you do not mind that 10-second or 15-second ad for just a small incentive. So that's the exact thing that we'll be copying here. And this is totally based on the fact that we'll eventually grow a good amount of consumer base, so that different brands and
small starting up brands would come to us and show their ads on our platform, capitalizing on our user base.
Cool, yeah. Thanks.
Thank you. All the best.
All the
Thank you
best.
so
Thank you,
much.
sir. Thank you, sir.
Amazing team Club of Aces. I think that was a very innovative pitch. Now I think we should give some more time to our jury members to deliberate a little bit more on the team scores. Meanwhile, I think it's time for another quick round of our quiz. So I think we should have one more question, right? So let's have that question on the screen. Amazing. So, Ashraf Khan, you've guessed it right. Please reach out to us on our social media handles or on support@unstop.com to claim your prize. Perfect. I think it's time to move on to our next team. It's Team Idea Warehouse from IIM Bangalore. So, let's have their video on the screen.
Hello everybody, we, the team Idea Warehouse from IIM Bangalore, are here to address the critical issue of limited access to formal financial services for small and marginalized farmers in India. Out of 146 million farmers, around 80 to 90% are small and marginalized, with around 65 million having no access to financial loans. Even among those with access, 25 million rely on informal lenders facing high interest rates and exploitation. Our fintech solution aims to bridge this gap by providing an asset-light digital finance platform tailored to the needs of small farmers. We focus on 16.6 million farmers who could benefit from digital financing services with an initial target market of 0.33 million farmers, assuming a 2% market capture rate. Looking at the industry attractiveness, we can see that the buyers have little to no power, since most of them have little to no access to other formal sectors of financing. The little to no asset model makes it very lucrative for any players to rapidly enter the industry if they have financial backing to do so. However, in rural markets, trust is a key factor, an advantage that the Reliance brand carries thanks to its years of excellence and nation building. Since our funding and technology are in-house, we have little need for external suppliers, giving us a complete control on the side of value chain. Incumbents like NBFIs, NBFCs, and informal lenders are major competitors who pose a threat considering their deep penetration and long-standing knowledge of the sector. In terms of substitutes, loans by pledging collateral and government loan waivers and subsidiaries pose a significant threat to our opportunities. However, considering the scale of waivers, it's a moderate threat at best. Now, we shall proceed with our solution. We will be using an asset-light digital finance solution which will replace the physical buildings from conventional formal sources. This reduces our capital expenditure heavily. To address the lack of credit history, we will be using a data-driven analytics approach where we will be using alternate data to predict the creditworthiness of the farmer. These data are asset details, satellite images, crop health, weather pattern, contact lists, or family graduate details, etc. Looking at the resource analysis for this solution, we realized that the technology and financial capability of the parent organization gives us a great position to enter this endeavor, with the existing portfolio of GeoMoney presenting us a platform to ensure we can handle these transactions. Trust is a crucial resource for penetrating the rural segment in India. The Reliance brand has a long history of successful ventures and is intertwined with the lives of every individual, which gives us the trust to succeed in this market. Data is the last essential resource that we require in this venture, and it is also the first gap we want to address. Immense primary and secondary data need to be collected to perfect our model and to ensure that we are able to relate this alternate data with creditworthiness to ensure a successful model. The financial services segment is hugely moderated by Government of India, which is another gap that we address to flourish in the scene. Thank you.
Yeah, go to next. So
From the video, it is clear that the proposed customer segment provides an immense opportunity for Reliance. We will go deep into the solutions. We propose Reliance to launch an fintech platform where we provide lending services to farmers using alternative data. Also, we are not going to stop there. We are slightly going to extend the uh, list of solutions that we are providing to farmers. We will be launching a marketplace for farmers to sell directly their producers to firms like Reliance Digital, Reliance Fresh, and also will be launching marketplace for farmers to buy agrochemicals at affordable prices, and also will be providing advisory on best agricultural practices. The intention of launching these supportive solutions and value-added services is to increase the adoption rates of farmers. For example, we can also create a uh, pre-booked purchase agreements with farmers at discount prices, which reduces the risk of default of farmers and also reduces the cost of purchase of goods for Reliance Fresh also. The revenue sources are interest paid by farmers, insurance premiums, and commission from buyers such as Tata Samman, Reliance Fresh, and other players, and commission from input sellers such as Bayer, Rallies, UPL, etc. There is no revenue from value-added services as they are purely intended to increase the customer engagement and loyalty to the brand. Next, over to Deepak.
So, so the end-to-end customer journey for loan process is very similar to most other e-loan processes to ensure that customers with existing knowledge could also switch to our platform seamlessly. In the backend, we have our AI, which has been trained to use alternate data to assess the creditworthiness of the loanees. This allows us to service small and marginal farmers who often times lack conventional credit history due to their lack of fixed income and other streams. The model decides whether to provide the loan or not to the applicant, after which we disburse the amount through GeoPay. The uniqueness of a solution is the use of alternate data to assess creditworthiness. We have presented 10 data factors that we consider paramount, sorted by their importance. Land and livestock ownership data are important information about collateral, which in the worst case scenario can be used to repay outstanding payments. Whereas crop yield history, irrigation patterns, soil and weather patterns are levers that help us gauge the yield reliability of the farmers. Moving ahead to Sajeevan.
So moving on to the customer acquisition strategies, we find campaigns around the education part of the model. And secondly, we focus on incentivizing and referral programs, which is hugely influential for the early adopters. And then we also recommend using local institutions such as NGOs and cooperators, which are hugely successful in creating trust among the farmers. And digital approach is one of the key things where it helps us to reach the target customer who is a user of technology. And moving to the implementation strategy, we recommend a phased out model where the first phase is building the primary model of lending and insurance in a pilot phase and then expanding to the entirety of the nation. And in the subsequent phases, the priority is on expanding to the platform business model. And further, we look at the financial analysis of the current business model. Here we have considered the revenue from these two sources and then the cost of running the business. Also, we have factored in the non-payment of loans and insurance claims. So with this, we can see that the model is self-sustaining and it's profitable. And one of the major levers of the revenue stream is the model accuracy, which impacts the non-payment NPA. Also, it impacts the profit and revenue due to the dynamic premium. Thank you. We're open for questions.
Thank you, team. This is a very good cause, and I think there are a lot of people who are working on this. Two things I want to add. First is how you plan to fight the competition that is already there in rural financing, because there are a lot of companies working on it. Secondly, you mentioned that to de-risk you will use AI. So, how is the AI going to validate the profile of a person who might not even have a smartphone? Because if you are targeting tier 2 and tier 3 farmers, so how is that going to be available? The data is not going to be available online. So, how is your AI tool going to do a risk assessment?
Can you move to the first slide? Yeah. So currently, the primary competitors are the regional rural banks and local lenders, and some fintechs like Jai Kishan who are working on the this space. But there is no niche player that provides particularly to farmers. And also, we are not going to stop from just as if lending to farmers. We are going to make it as a marketplace enabled lending, wherein like there is going to be a platform to sell the product, to buy the inputs, and also to avail the credits. So it's going to be slowly we are going to vertically integrate into all the upstream and downstream, so that we can provide additional customer value and differentiate ourselves from the customers. And second is, we have taken, if you can see from the data, there are 61 million farmers who are having the access to credit. Among the 61 million people, there are some 25 million people who are getting the credits from the informal sector, which means they are almost like in rural areas. There are the informal lending, the interest rate is as high as 20 to 24%. So like we are primarily targeting this segment to rope into the our group. So that is why we have taken only this 25 million farmers from the 120 million. And in that, based on the internet penetration and smartphone adoption, the 66% of people, and these we are going to target only these 16% of people who have access to smartphone and mobile phones in the initial phase. Because nowadays, even in rural areas, tier 2 cities at least, there is a penetration of smartphones whom we are going to target. So that's why we have brought this 3.3 lakhs. Like our target is to reach first the 3 lakhs farmers with a assumed cap of 1 lakh per year of lending and insurance premium, whatever it is. So that's how we plan.
Okay.
So we found out that
And also, sorry, Ishwani, let me complete.
yes.
Also, we are not going to use the direct credit history, because the problem with the banks itself is the lack of availability of the credit data. So we are going to use the supported data, alternate data that is being present. Can you move to the third slide? Yeah, in this, the direct data that we are going to get from the farmers is the land ownership alone. Remaining, the crop yield history or soil health, or these things are going to be availed from the open source, also from the government records, agro retailers, and mobile money providers, and all those things. There's a open API which is being called used in the fintech space. And also there is a provider, third party provider who provides open data for alternative data related to this field. In players are there. If, Yashwani, if you.
Yeah, so the players like Risk Seal and all actually
Yeah.
provide platforms for alternate data. And the fact I wanted to bring in was that many of the in P2B lending, many of the buyers were, I mean, a certain number of certain percentage of buyers were actually farmers. Some research told us that major in P2B lending platform, majority of them were farmers as well. So this shows that there is a certain number of smartphone penetration where, I mean, yeah, I think that answers your question as well.
Guys, for me, too many broken pieces. First is the 25 million segment, then 16% of that, then 3 lakhs. Within that, also, they need to have collaterals, which is livestock and land. Um, I'm not able to kind of get in terms of what's the base of the business that you want to build. If, for example, most of the farming in our country is licensed farming, so I own a land and Jatin is farming on my land, right? So if he wants a loan, will he be eligible? Because he's not going to have a collateral of a land and livestock. So he will go out of the eligibility. I might not need it because I am getting the entire money from him and paying him commission. So you started by saying that you're solving a problem of allowing credit for farmers, but that's not coming out very strongly in terms of how will you enable these farmers who are actually farming in the farm, right?
Yeah.
So that's my kind of thought process. Just explain me how you think about it.
Yeah. in your case, like illustrative example where you gave that Jatin will be farming in your land, obtaining a license. In that case, first we'll be profiling, like we calculate the risk factor. Okay. Say for example, we can take two people. One is Samir and Jatin. Application from two people. Samir is a landowner. Jatin is a licensed farmer in someone else's land. In case of Jatin, the risk of default will be, say for example, 0.8, which is on the higher side. In case of Samir, the risk will be on the 0.5 or maybe less than that, anything like based on the some other factors. If we assume that remaining all factors like geography, weather, climate, region, or even whatever being other factors which are similar. So if we only take these two, the risk factor is going to increase because of this. So in that case, if you want to take a loan or if you want to take an insurance for Jatin, the interest rate or the premium rate is going to be first high, and in terms of preference, Samir will be given as the preference to lending in terms of lending.
That's where my question is, guys. That's why I
Okay.
feel there are too many broken pieces that you will have to build. You will have to first understand, and if you have the data, please tell me what is the percentage of licensed farming and own farming in our country, so that you know exactly what your target audience is. Because if you're going to charge the very heavy fee to a licensed farmer, he is anyways getting the from that unorganized sector,
No. Yeah.
because the risk is very,
No.
very high, right?
So this is based on like in terms of informal sector. Say for if I'm a local person lending to Swani, my judgment is not fixed based on facts, but I'll see where this person is coming from. Like if it is my local area, I know about his family or his irregular behavior, or I intuitively take a decision. That ability we are trying to build using the machine learning algorithm. And there is, say, in terms of informal lending, monthly 2 rupees, like 2 rupees every 100 rupees is the almost a standard practice used almost in all the villages. So in terms, if we take that, it will be around 24% per annum. So but we are going to place the interest rate slightly above the banks, but very well below the informal lending. So that's how we are planning to loop in then pull in the customers. And also, there is no say that if you don't own a land, you will not be given a loan or given insurance. You will be given, but at a slightly premium rate than Samir, or in terms of one who is owning. Yeah. Swani,
And that's when data is like crop yield history or soil health data will step in, right? So when you don't have any other data to judge for a person who is actually you lease your land, so that's when we consider other external factors to. That's when we factor in all this. So not just the history of a person or his occupation, it's just the other environmental factors as well, whether he'll be able to produce or whether he'll be able to repay the loan or something of that sort. So yeah.
Okay. Cool. Thanks. All the best.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Team Idea Warehouse. That was a great pitch. Let's move on to our next team. That's Team Reliant from SCMHRD Pune. Let's have their video on the screen then.
In a world increasingly driven by sustainability, EcoPack Solutions brings an innovative solution to one of the most pressing issues today: plastic waste. Our biodegradable packaging offers a smart, scalable, and eco-friendly alternative to traditional packaging materials. Did you know the world produces over 380 million tons of plastic each year? Around 50% of this is for single-use purposes like packaging. Unfortunately, less than 9% of this plastic is recycled, leaving the rest in landfills or polluting our oceans. Traditional plastic takes up to 500 years to decompose, emitting toxic substances along the way. This pollution contributes heavily to climate change and impacts wildlife. Consumers and governments worldwide are demanding sustainable alternatives. By 2026, the global biodegradable packaging market is projected to grow at a CAGR of 14.9%, reaching over $20 billion. Enter EcoPack Solutions. Our biodegradable packaging is made from plant-based polymers, starches, and fibers. It degrades naturally within 6-12 months, leaving no harmful residues. Unlike many competitors, our packaging can handle higher durability, making it perfect for diverse sectors, from food and beverage to cosmetics and e-commerce. The biodegradable packaging market is forecast to grow to $37.77 billion by 2029, driven by environmental regulations, consumer demand, and corporate sustainability goals. Major brands like Coca-Cola, Unilever, and Amazon are actively searching for alternatives to traditional plastic. Our primary target markets include food and beverage, currently dominating at 60% of the market share for biodegradable packaging. Personal care, growing at a CAGR of 12%, driven by companies pledging plastic reduction goals. E-commerce and retail, where there's high demand for sustainable shipping materials due to the surge in online shopping. EcoPack competes with brands like T.U.P and Biopack, but our key differentiator is our technology that enhances product strength and cost efficiency. This allows us to offer prices that are 10 to 15% lower than the market average. We leverage innovative material engineering to lower production costs by 20% compared to standard bioplastics. Our products contribute to a circular economy by minimizing waste and reducing dependence on fossil fuels. Adopting EcoPack solutions can reduce the carbon footprint of traditional packaging by up to 40%, aligning with global carbon reduction goals set by governments. We offer competitive pricing through bulk production and cost-effective supply chain management, keeping our margins between 25 to 30%. Our distribution strategy targets partnerships with major food chains, beauty brands, and e-commerce giants. By year 3, we aim to reach $10 million in annual revenue.
Introducing EcoPack, the packs with planets back. EcoPack is a biodegradable packaging solution made from petrochemicals like PB80 and PBS combined with natural materials such as starch and plasticizers. Designed for compostability and versatility, EcoPack addresses critical environmental concerns like waste management challenges and health concerns like microplastics found in eatables, while also ensuring compliance with government regulations. With the Indian biodegradable packaging market projected to grow at a compounded annual growth rate of 7.1%, reaching a market valuation of $5.4 billion by 2032, now is the time to shift towards greener alternatives. Our primary research shows that over 71% of consumers prefer biodegradable packaging, 68% consider sustainability very important when purchasing products, and more than 80% are willing to pay an extra amount for the same. Further, our business model focuses on offering biodegradable packaging product with our target market focus on B2B channels, maintaining competitive pricing with our vision to provide an eco-friendly, market-ready solution. We will cater to majority 3 sectors: FMCG for lightweight and moderate water-resistant packaging boxes, quick commerce for strong, durable, and water-resistant products enhancing delivery services, and consumer durables for strong, structured, and heat-resistant ones. We will provide value to our partners by providing sustainability, leading to brand enhancement, customization for specific needs, durability for longer shelf life. Our revenue model will be on B2B contracts, subscription basis, or a value-added model. Our USP differentiator is giving biodegradable, customizable, durable, and also usable packaging.
Now, here's how we plan to engage businesses to partner with us. We plan this through referral programs, free samples, sustainability workshops, and networking events. But what incentive will they get? The incentive for partnering includes volume discounts, customized solutions, and flexible payments, and of course, biodegradable and 100% eco-friendly packaging. This approach aligns with our goal of fostering a circular economy, as our material is 100% eco-friendly and biodegradable. Additionally, we are able to significantly reduce carbon footprints by more than 50%. Now, coming to the financials, we consulted with a few local manufacturers and took insights from few of our friends in manufacturing startups. We have adopted a conservative approach, estimating expenses higher than what we may actually incur.
Thin packaging and biodegradable shopping bags are our main priorities. The FMCG product market in India is worth rupees 4.8 trillion. Of these, we estimate that the market share of premium products is rupees 24,000 crores and that the units sold would be approximately 240 crores. Our goal is to capture 1% of this market or 2 crore units. in a first year and grow it further as the demand rises in order to take advantage of economies of scale. Being entirely biodegradable and independent of non-renewable natural resources, our products are priced a little higher than the ongoing market rate.
We are done with the presentation, sir.
Thank you, team. I think you have done a very detailed research on this. So I'd like to ask you, this product and these customers are already available in the market. There is no dearth of providers of such biodegradable packing. So how is your idea different, and why should somebody trust on this new startup that you are projecting?
So the differentiator or the unique selling proposition that we focus on is being 100% biodegradable, and also we will basically cater to B2B businesses by providing customization according to their needs. Also, our products are designed to be more durable, more sustainable than the others. The shelf life would be up to 18 months. And also, if there is, we have come up with this that if there is product left, they can come back to us and we can reuse the product and give them future incentives and discounts accordingly.
Adding to that, we are using a mix of PBS and PBAT. So the PBS that factors that we are using that because it enhances the durability and the overall shelf life of the product. So we are catering the consumer durables as well. So in that we need packaging that is more durable and that can resist high pressures and long duration and more weight. So I don't think so that any such product for this particular sector is there in the market.
Okay.
Guys, I am a bit torn. At on one hand, you're saying you're building a product which is better than the market, whatever is available in the market. You're very confident about what you're delivering in the market. On the other hand, you're saying that you're going to offer heavy discounts. You're only going to cater to 2 crore units, and you're going to incentivize. I didn't understand this thought process. So either your product is really good and you're confident about the product and you price it right and you go out in the market, or if you doubts on the product, you discount it, you incentivize, and you do those kind of gimmicks, right? So if you can define clearly what's your thought process, it will help us.
So the aim is to sell 2 crore units in the first year. That is taking into account the market size of the FMCG premium products, which we've taken to be 240 crore units. So where we say that we are aiming to give incentives and discounts to our customers is initially we need to make a space in the market and to like gain more customers, to make more better relations with the existing corporates. We would initially offer them at a relatively lower price and gradually increase the prices.
So I would maybe disagree with that hypothesis, because if you initially discount, you will always be on discount, right? And since you're aiming at only 2 crores out of 240 crores, which is just 1%, why would you discount? You first cover that market on the basis of a great product and then scale from there. And then when you reach a scale, then discount. So I'm not sure about the philosophy of having a great product and discount at the same time. If you have a good product, you should go out in the market and kind of create some buzz and sell it.
So adding to that, the product prices that we offer are actually competitive right now currently. About the discounts, that was about the reusable part. for example, if a B2B, we do B2B sales. So if a company has a lot of products left that we have offered, they can come back to us and then we can offer them discounts according to that. And then we can reuse that product and then give them back. So the discounts were related to that. The general product that we offer, we aim at providing value, providing a biodegradable product 100%, along with competitive market prices, not discounts for that.
Yeah. So even in the earlier part, I think right now with AI ML, you can clearly predict what is going to be your outflow in terms of what a particular customer would want from you. If it is 2 crore units, then how much are you supposed to supply? So that hypothesis of leftovers being more than what you have they have procured, you might also want to kind of cross check and recheck.
Sure, so we'll take that into account. Thank you.
And just
Sorry, go ahead.
curious question. Yeah, you have said that this product does not exist in the market, but when you talk about material, you have given very fixed percentages and everything. So, is there a technical research that backs it, or something that you've taken these inputs from?
So the numbers are because of the product that the particular segment is catering. So in FMCG, so like we also offer customizable products. So we cater to your particular needs as well. That PSB 75% or PB 80-20%, that depends on like what kind of product you want, or uh, what kind of product will be shipped in our product. So that total depends on the customer we are catering to.
But how did you come to that number? Why do you think 70% PBAT and 25% PBS and 5% starches does not exist in the market, but you have access to this information? That is my
So, sir,
question.
PBS is a product that offers durability, while PBAT is a raw material that offers more of a flexibility and is more water resistant. So that's why we changed the percentage in the ratio in particular ratios, but those are obviously customizable.
Any of your competition can do that, right? Once you are in the market, then it is not a unique product, right or wrong? Just checking.
So they might, but like uh, we like we will use particular ratios, like we will test our product in the market, we will use particular ratios that might not be disclosed in the market openly. So that particular ratio that we are using, that might not be available in the market.
Okay. So you have any questions?
No, thank you. All the best.
Thank you, team. All the best.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Team Reliant. That was a great discussion that we had. And with that, I think we should call for a huge round of applause for all our participating teams. The diversity of innovative ideas presented in this round is truly impressive. In fact, I feel today's contest has raised the stakes, promising an even more thrilling journey ahead. So, as you know, the winners of today's elimination round will be stepping into the semifinals of the TUP season X, where you will be against winners of other elimination rounds. So now, as you build the suspense around today's winners and runners up, you will have to hold on to your excitement just a little longer. Rest assured, the results will be announced on our social media handles shortly. So keep those notifications turned on. And as we wrap up this elimination round, we want to extend our heartfelt gratitude to the jury for their insightful questions on all the ideas that were presented today. A big thank you to the audience and the participating teams for creating such an interactive and exciting event with your visionary ideas. You were all fantastic. With that, this is me, Abhay Ahuja, signing off for today. Keep following us on our social media handles and stay tuned for further updates. We will see you soon at the TUP Season X semifinals. Until then, take care and have a great evening. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.